Kitakubu.
Hey everyone, Kita Sean here, so welcome back to another Blue Archive video. So, I said this a couple weeks ago that I'm going to be producing more Blue Archive videos on this channel, whether it's gacha, story focused, whether it's the latest information when it comes to the game or anything Blue Archive related, and of course characters, whether it's JP or global. And of course we're going to be talking about two of the upcoming characters in the global version for this upcoming event from Opera 0068 with Love. We're going to be talking about Dress Aru and of course Dress Kayoko. So before we get into talking these two here, which they look amazing by the way, we're gonna be going ahead and giving you guys a reminder that right now double EXP is going on for the entire month on the weekends, so take advantage of that to level up and catch up and everything. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm currently right now 73 or 4 right now on my account on global, so I'm almost at max level. So very excited to get to max level so that I can start leveling up everyone in my my game here. So yeah, that's going to be something that you guys should focus on right now. But we're going to be focusing on this video. Again, we're going to talk about Dress Aru and Dress Kayoko. So what's really cool about these two is that they're really strong characters and they're not limited. So they're going to be in the gacha permanently, which is great. But they are going to be rate up, which is again a chance to roll for them. And what's also really great about these two characters is that they're technically sharing the same gacha. So if you basically get Dress Aru pretty quickly in the gacha rolls, you can use the spark and carry it over to Kayoko and vice versa. So that's what's really great about Blue Archive. You can actually use a spark on a gacha that's currently going on right now in the game. So whenever these guys come in, which is on the 20th, so basically focus on one gacha, and then once you get that character, go ahead and start focusing on the other one, and then if you need the spark. But Blue Archive has been pretty pretty decent when it comes to the gacha recently. Like over the years, I remember when JP first started, the gacha was horrible for me, but I feel like recently the gacha rates have been pretty decent and nice these last couple of months. But yeah, we're going to be talking about these two here. And personally, I actually think Aru is definitely better than Kayoko, and I'll go ahead and explain why. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and start off with Dress Aru, but before I get into that, I do want to say that these are characters that I do want in my account because I'm lacking Pierce type characters right now, and both of them are Pierce types, but I especially want Aru because Aru is a character that I really like in Blue Archive, and not only that, she's a support type when it comes to Pierce, so I think she's going to work very well with a lot of Pierce characters in Blue Archive, and I do think she's actually the better one out of the two by a long shot. So but I actually think both of them work together very well as well because of their roles, which I'll talk about in a bit here. So let's go ahead and talk about Dress Aru here. So Dress Aru is a support type, and she supports by giving critical damage, which we'll talk about once we get into her skills. But her position will be in the back of the team, and her piercing is going to be the attack type, and defense type is heavy. So going to that support role that she has, so Aru, her EX skill is only 3 costs, which is really amazing because this is going to be a skill that you're going to be using consistently. You're just going to increase critical damage to your attackers by 47.7 to 83.4%, and that's going to last for 30 seconds, which is pretty long. I do think characters like Mika, Saori, and even Dress Kayoko benefit from this so much. Again, these are 3 characters that are really strong when it comes to attacking. You do have other characters like Izuna, Sakurako, maybe even Swimsuit Izuna, and maybe even Dancho Utaha might benefit from this as well. But yeah, I think this EX skill is really great, and again, she just benefits or they just benefit from this EX skill so much. So yeah, that's what makes Dress Adu here super good as a support. Now her normal skill every 50 seconds heals one ally who has the lowest HP, 79.8 to 151%. So that's great. Whenever your attackers are dying, hey, just heal them up with Adu there. And then passive skill, increase attack by 14 to 26.6%. Obviously this allows Adu to do more damage. And then sub skill, normal attacks have 30% chance to reduce critical resistance of the target by 8 to 15.3% for 13 seconds, and it does have a 5-second cooldown. So yeah, as a support, I think Adu is very, very great. She is definitely one of the better supports in my opinion on the attacking side. So yeah, Dress Adu is probably going to be a character that you want to roll. But again, she is not limited. She is permanent in the gacha, so that kind of might be a turnoff for some of you guys. I know for sure it is for me, because I like to save my gems for limited characters. So eventually you will roll into Dress Adu, but I mean, this is just a really good chance to pick her up because it is a rate up right now. And again, the banners do kind of combine. Again, if you roll into Kayako or Adu, you can again spark vice versa on one of their banners. But where can Dress Adu shine? I think she's gonna definitely shine at boss fights like Perojira, Hodo. I think Gregorio, I think, is probably going to be a really good location as well. And Kurokage is probably going to be something that she's going to be really good at as well. So basically boss fights. I think she's going to be great during those boss fights. So yeah, I think again, Dress Adu is going to be one of those characters that you want to take along to those boss fights so that it can make your life easier on those. Now let's go ahead and talk about Dress Kayako. So Dress Kayako, she's actually a damage dealer. So again, she works very well with Adu. They work very well with each other. Again, you want to use Adu's EX skill onto her so that she can deal more damage. But her position will be in the middle, and she's a piercing type, and her defense type is light. Now, looking at her EX skill here, so her EX skill, so her EX skill is deal 762 to 1219% damage to one enemy. So she's a single type target character, which is great. Again, really great against boss fights. She also has the ability to ignore 48 to 64% of enemy defense. So basically just go through the defense. And she also has infiltration mode. When that's activated, that's her sub skill, by the way. When that's activated, this attack is a guaranteed critical hit. So afterwards, exit infiltration mode. So after she does that critical hit, the infiltration mode basically disappears, and then you have to just get it back again. But every 25 seconds, increase critical damage by 13.5 to 25.8% for 16 seconds. So again, that's going to work very well with her to do more damage. Passive skill, increase critical damage by 14 to 26.6%. So again, more critical damage there. And then sub skill, at the start of the battle, activate infiltration mode. This mode ends whenever Kayako is attacked. After infiltration mode ends, if Kayako is not attacked for 10 seconds, enter infiltration mode again. When in infiltration mode, increase own critical damage by 33.6 to 63.8%. So basically, you need to protect her in order for her to stay in that infiltration mode. And again, when you use the EX skill, you want to be in infiltration mode so that you can do that massive guarantee critical damage. So again, I do think Dress Adu works very well with her because you want to give her that critical damage. Like for example, if you can't get infiltration mode active, obviously you can back that up with Adu. I do think Mika, obviously they can pair well together. There's just so many good characters. I mean, you can use Himari Ako to buff her. You can use Camp Hare as well to buff Kayako as well. I do think you want to bring in some tanks to protect her. So, I mean, there are a lot of different tanks, and I do think Yuka, PE Yuka, is just too good. I mean, her barrier is just way too good. So, obviously, I think she's a great choice. You also have Tsubaki for a Pierce tank. I do think Marina will probably work as well. So yeah, you have options when it comes to tanks, and you have options to protect Kayako, because again, you want her to stay in infiltration mode when you use her EX skill. So yeah, I think she's gonna be great when it comes to boss fights like Dress Aru, but again, she's going to be the damage dealer. So again, wherever she goes, most likely Dress Aru is going to go with. Again, she's great when it comes to boss fights, but I think she's going to shine most against Bina for sure, because Bina obviously is weak against Pierce types. I think Hobokura, the hovercraft, is going to be something that she's going to be really strong against as well. Kesedo, maybe, I think. Holdo, I think she's going to be pretty strong as well. But I think Bina is probably the one boss fight she's going to be shining at. So, yeah, I think these two characters are really strong. But again, I think Aru is probably the must here, because she supports those characters with critical damage. So yeah, it's just a little hard for Kayako, because again, you need to have her stay in infiltration mode in order for her to bring out her full potential. And again, that's a little hard when everything is chaotic, and if you lose your tank, so yeah, you definitely want to pair her up with a tank. You definitely want to pair her up with maybe a healer, and then of course you want to pair her up with characters that can support her, so that if for some reason she's not in infiltration mode, you can back that up with some critical up, again with Dress Aru, with Akko, Himari, etc. So yeah, that's basically going to be about it. So again, these two characters are going to be permanent, so it's not something that you need to roll right away. Eventually, I do believe you could roll into them. I'm actually really debating if I want to like go hard on this one, because again, Dress Aru is just amazing looking, and I think she's just really strong. And again, I'm lacking Pierce types right now, so it's just a character that I'm actually kind of looking at and wanting to use in my team setups. But that's basically going to be about it. So let me know in the comment section below what you guys think about these two characters, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Laters.